starting point would be a Pledge of Allegiance. You guys have a flag down there?
Yes, we do.
Zeb, why don't you lead us on the Pledge of Allegiance?
All right. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of the United States of America,
and to the
republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
And commissioners, just real quickly, commissioners, if you're watching the meeting on KOCT, there is a bit of a delay between what we do here in the chambers versus what you'll see on KOCT. Depending on how you're viewing it, the delay could be anywhere from 6 seconds to 40 seconds.
I don't know about anybody else, but I'm having difficulty hearing. I hear the voice, but it's not that clear.
I'm having the same problem, George.
You're having the same problem? Okay. I don't know quite how to deal with it. Why don't we start with the roll call, and then let's go from there.
Okay. Chairman McNeil. Chairman McNeil.
See, I can't hear you. Is that me? Yeah, here.
Commissioner Bullard. Yes. Commissioner Bullard is here. Commissioner Broad.
Here.
Commissioner Hambley.
Here.
Commissioner Kaur.
Here.
All commissioners are present, and for the purpose of this commission, alternate Commissioner Bullard will be a voting member.
I think the best thing to do is probably say your name before you speak, and that way we've got an idea who's speaking. It might be good just for the commission to know who else is in the room. If maybe we could go just around the room and just say your name so we know you're there. We know Dick's there, but how about the rest?
Good evening, Commissioners. This is Angie Hannafin with Neighborhood Services.
Good evening, Commissioners. Kirk Munt, Code Enforcement Manager.
Good evening, Commissioners. Barbara Hamilton from the City Attorney's Office. And that's it in the room.
Dick Bullard.
That's everybody, George.
Okay, is that...
George?
Yes.
I didn't quite get, I got Angie's name. Is our attorney there?
Yeah, Barbara, is Barbara there? Barbara Hamilton?
Barbara Hamilton is in the room.
I didn't hear what you said.
Barbara is here.
Is there?
Good.
Oh,
Good.
Okay, great. Yeah, Barbara's there. Yeah. We can't move without Barbara.
No, we can't move without Barbara.
Okay, the first item is the approval of the minutes of the Manufactured Home Fair Practices Commission's meeting of May the 2nd, 2019. Can I have a motion to approve?
I approve.
I
There's a
second.
motion. How about a second?
I second. Walt Hambley.
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Chairman McNeil, can I do a
Anyone opposed?
roll call vote?
Any opposed?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Motion approved,
Public
5-0.
comments on off-agenda items. Do we have any public comments on off-agenda items?
There are no comments
Yeah.
on off-agenda items.
I didn't hear that at all.
There's no off-agenda items.
None. Okay, good. Got it. The next thing is the election. Since Mary Lou has resigned, the election of a vice chair. I would like to nominate Dave Broad for that position. Do I have a second?
I will second the nomination.
All right.
Rita Kaur.
Rita Kaur, second the nomination. Any other comments? All All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, any abstentions? No. Okay, Dave, you're the vice chair. Okay, next item. I don't know if it's a thank you is the right thing, but okay. Next action is the approval of the space rent ceilings for the following parks, and it lists all of the parks, with the exception of the two parks that passed inspection late. The two that passed late were Ocean View and Terrace Gardens. They passed, but not in the initial run-through. Just for the record, I'll just read through them. Cavalier Mobile Estates, El Camino 76 Mobile Estates, Laguna Vista Mobile Estates, Lamplighter Oceanside, La Salina Mobile Village, Miramar Mobile Community, Mission View Manor, Mission View West, Pacific Trailer Park, Rancho Calavero Mobile Home Park, Rancho San Luis Rey Mobile Home Park, Royal Palms Trailer Park, Sandy Shore Trailer Park, Trico Mobile Estates, and West Winds Mobile Lodge. The report now by Mrs. Hannafin.
Thank you, Chair McNeil and Commissioners. Before I get started with the item, I just would like to give a report on parks that have and have not passed the annual inspection. At this time, there are two parks that did not pass the inspection, Rancho San Luis Rey, and the item that is not passing is the blacktop needs repair at the main road as you exit. Several areas are lifting and trip hazards. I'd like to mention that Kirk Munt is here, our code enforcement manager, who oversees the inspections, the annual inspections, and is available for questions. In addition, Royal Palms Trailer Park has not passed. The park owner, although he's been contacted several times, has missed the inspection and has not been rescheduled at this time. The final one is Pacific Trailer Park. It has passed, actually, the inspection. However, it's not in compliance, and it hasn't been for several years, with the zoning ordinance regarding lot line violations. So those three parks at this point would not be eligible to have the rent increase or to charge their residents the rent increase unless those items are resolved prior to July 1. So with that, I'd like to go over some information with you. So all those parks that were previously mentioned by Chair McNeil are located in the city and subject to Chapter 16B of the City Code. The proposed increases will be effective July 1st, 2020, and the percentage increase in the CPI for 2019 was 2.4%. The annual allowable permissive adjustment under the ordinance is 75% of the CPI, or 1.8%. No rent increase, as mentioned, can be effective unless the park's in compliance with Chapter 16B of the City Code, including passing a health and safety inspection, and the park owner's issuance of a 90-day notice to residents regarding the rent increase. If approved by the Commission, the annual permissive adjustment will result in a monthly rent increase of 1.8% for all regulated spaces. Staff recommends that the Manufactured Home Fair Practices Commission adopt resolutions approving the 2020 space rent ceilings for the 15 aforementioned mobile home parks. And that concludes my presentation.
Okay, Zeb, do we have some letters from or emails from folks that have to be read? Yeah,
George,
I'm sorry.
This is Walt Hamlet.
Yeah, Walt, go ahead.
I did not hear or understand anything that Angie said.
Okay, yeah, I have difficulty with it too. I can pick up parts of it here and there. Let me give you a synopsis of it. The parks were all inspected. Two of the parks did not pass inspection. The rest did.
Which two did not pass inspection?
Rancho San Luis Rey did not pass inspection. And the other one was, which one was it? I didn't mark it. Was it Royal Palms?
That's correct, Chair.
Yeah, Royal Palms. Royal Palms did not pass. But Royal Palms did not schedule an inspection. You have to schedule it. And they didn't schedule it. So, they can't pass until they have their inspection. But Rancho San Luis Rey had their inspection. And there were some serious problems particularly with asphalt. So they did not pass the inspection. That was essentially what Mrs. Hannafan said, and then she went through and said how much the increase would be. It was 1.8%, which is the CPI is 2.4%, and the raise is always 75% of the local CPI, and that is 1.8%. So that was what she said.
Okay.
Okay.
George, Dave Broad.
Go ahead.
George, David Broad here.
Yes.
I thought I caught it said they had till July the 1st to resolve that. Did I catch that right or no?
Yeah. The raises do not go into effect until July the 1st. They don't go into effect immediately. So if they were able to rectify the situation prior to July the 1st, then they will be able to do the raise. Is that okay? Are you okay?
Thanks.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay. Any other questions before I go to Zeb?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Zeb, we had a number of emails, which the request was that they be read to the commission, and my understanding is you are our official reader.
Yes. The commission received 8 public comments. We received a comment from Joe Polozolo against, a voicemail from Barbara expressing concerns and also against, a voicemail from Phyllis Nunez with some concerns, and an email from David Hansen against. And the following individuals wished for their comments to be read into the record. Our first public comments from Sandy Torres. I am writing to you regarding the permissive rent increase, which is number 4 on the MHFPC meeting agenda. I live in Rancho San Luis Rey Mobile Home Park, and our park did not pass the February 19th, 2020 park inspection done by Olga Lugan. There are 2 items that have not been fixed: the wall at the front of the park and the driveway leaving the park. Interestingly, the driveway was never fixed after last year's inspections. The rest of Mrs. Torres's comments will be available on the city's website, and she is against. Our next public comment comes from Jimmy Knott. Current metrics for the health and safety inspections have been ignored, even though they have been and are being established by various professional scientific medical groups over the decades, not just for our city, but also throughout the nation and international communities, especially with the development of new technologies that have direct impacts on existing legacy utilities, other systems, public health, and safety. And the rest of Mr. Knott's comments will be made available on the city's website. Our next public comment is from Kathy Toon. I am a homeowner residing in the Rancho San Luis Rey Mobile Home Park. As you are aware, safe, affordable housing is paramount to seniors who are living on a limited fixed income. I am one such individual. The fact that your agenda reflects the intention to approve rent increases for all mobile homeowner spaces throughout the city during this pandemic, I find unconscionable. Respectfully, Kathy J. Toon, RSLR homeowner, board member, Golden State Mobile Homeowners League, board member, Homeowners Advisory Committee, and she is against. Our next public comment is from Shelley Parker Taylor. I am writing to you regarding the permissive rent increase, which is number 4 on the MHFPC meeting agenda. I live in Rancho San Luis Rey Mobile Home Park, and our park did not pass the February 19th, 2020 park inspection done by Olga Lugan. The second item, driveway is still pending from the 2019 inspection when the increase was permitted. Clearly, they were impressed with your ruling. And the remainder of Mrs. Parker Taylor's comments are available on the city's website, and she is against. That concludes the public comment portion of item number 4.
That's it. You said you got them all?
Yes, sir.
I have one. Did you read one from Kathy Toon?
Yes, I did.
Did you? I can't understand what you're saying.
You said he read
Also, I got one from Joe Palazzo.
We received an email from Mr. Palazzo, but he did not wish for it to be read into the comments or into the record.
Okay. All right.
Can I ask something, George, about process? There were two voice messages that were sent to us as well, from a Barbara and from a Phyllis Nunez. Did they request those not to be essentially read as well? Is that my understanding?
To answer you, Dave, I don't know. I don't know about that.
They did not indicate for their comments to be read into the record at that time.
Can I interject on that? Those two that were audio recordings, lot number 8, she made a statement that that park had not passed inspection for 2 years. I'm wondering if somebody can clarify that.
Is Kirk there at the meeting?
Go ahead.
Kirk is here.
There was a question there, Kirk, about the about something other than the asphalt.
Commissioner Hambley, can you repeat your question?
Walt Hambley, one of the audio recordings was from lot number 8, and she mentioned that the park had not passed inspection for 2 years, and I'm wondering if somebody can clarify that.
Commissioner Hambley and other commissioners, Kirk Munt, the code enforcement manager, is here. This is Angie Hannafin, but I do want to clarify first that the park did pass inspection in 2019. It is not passing inspection this year. So if you would like further clarification, Kirk Munt can also provide information.
Did you get an answer there, Walt?
Very vague.
I'll tell you the answer. I had asked that question a while back, and the answer I got was that when the park was first inspected in 2019, early January or February of 2019, the park passed the inspection. And then later on, there was an issue with the asphalt. Now, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that was my impression. Anyone there, Angie or Kirk or anybody, can correct me. That'd be fine.
Can that be re-inspected?
Once the inspection's done and it's signed off on, that's it. It's a once a year. It's a just a spotlight on that one day, that 1 year. It's not an ongoing situation. The only reason it's ongoing sometimes is because they didn't pass the inspection. But if they pass the inspection on the one day that the inspector goes out there, then they're passed. It may not be the best system, but that's the system we have.
Do these items show up on the inspection that these people are complaining about?
I don't know. Usually with the inspection, the park representative, the homeowner who's the park representative, usually goes around with the code enforcement officer. Whether that occurred or not, I don't know. But that's the normal procedure.
Commissioners, Kirk, do you have the answer to that question as to whether the resident representative was present at that inspection?
Confirming this is for Rancho San Luis Rey?
Correct. And the information that I have is that there was only one item that has failed the inspection. Some of the residents believed that there were other items that should fail the inspection, but we have just one item that has failed the inspection at this time.
This is Kirk Munt with the Code Enforcement Office. I do have notes that indicate Representative Sandy Beal, and there's just a first name here, Bob, were present for the inspection.
Okay, I just want to say in general, it's really difficult to hear what's said. I think it's maybe because the council chamber is essentially empty and there's an echo or something like that. But I can't pick up all that's said. If I know what the person's going to say ahead of time, it's a routine type of thing, I can sort of fill in the missing blanks. But otherwise, I don't think we're really hearing what people are saying.
George, can you hear me now? I'm talking pretty loudly. Are you able to hear a little bit better? Yes, not. George, this is Angie. Can you hear me okay now?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay.
It's still muddled.
It's still muddled,
Yeah,
okay.
It's sort of like you're speaking in a tunnel or something.
I was just wondering if we talked a little bit louder or we get closer to the machine. Just a moment, please. We're talking with city staff to maybe resolve this.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got the feeling there's not a lot you can do from your end, and not a lot we can do from our end either. It just is. It's garbled,
George?
Yes.
Is it possible to resume this meeting with Zoom?
They don't do Zoom. The city doesn't do Zoom. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I'd asked that originally, Walt. Actually, I can hear David and Walt and Rita very clearly. It's everybody else I can't hear.
George.
Yeah.
George, it's Dave. Two thoughts. Is this going out live on KOCT? Can we pick it up there? And secondly, if not, can someone kind of translate just with a cell phone into our call-in number so we hear it that way?
Is that possible, Zeb?
If Chairman McNeil, Commissioners, if I'm understanding the question correctly, you're wondering if you could hear the meeting on KOCT? You should be able to hear what we're saying on KOCT. However, there is a delay from what we say and do here in the chambers to when it finally reaches you on your end. I'm actually waving at the camera right now, So if you see me waving on your end, that's how long of a delay there is from here in the chambers to your TV set. But you should be able to hear what's being said on KOCT more clearly.
Did you hear that, Dave?
I think he's saying that we could hear it on KOCT. I just don't know how to get in there to KOCT.
I don't have cable, so I can't get into it.
Do you have the internet? Can you access the internet?
Yeah.
You could watch the meeting on KOCT.org.
KOCT.org on the computer?
/channel
Let me try that.
-19. And if you can watch it on TV, it will be on Cox channel number 19.
Okay, I'm looking at Zeb Navarro right now, secretary. Hey, Zeb, this is Walt.
All right. Hi, Walt. Is that a little bit better for you?
I can hear you a lot clearer now.
Okay.
Where are you finding this? I'm on channel 19, and at 5 to 7, it's saying Oceanside City Council replay.
Yeah.
Mine came up on 19.
For 19, well,
On channel 19, yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
what'd you do to get it, Dave?
You hit the big picture in the middle that says KOCT 19.
Right. Click there.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Zeb. How
Hi,
are
George.
you?
Hi, David.
Zeb, I can see you totally ignoring us.
Well, I'm looking at the camera right now and I'm waving. So there's a little bit of a delay.
We are delayed on this end.
Yes.
Okay. Say something, Zeb.
Here you understand what you're telling us.
Hi, Commissioner Kaur, Rita.
No, Rita can't get it.
I'm here.
Can you get KOCT?
Okay, we're in better shape now, although there's a delay. So.
Commissioner Bullard could hear me.
It's okay.
All right. It's new. It's a new frontier for all of us, but we'll get there. We'll make the best with what we got. Okay, so we're all ready to resume whenever you are.
Okay, where are we here?
Don't you want me to authorize you to sign all the papers?
Not yet.
No, okay.
Hold on.
I think we were last left off regarding the inspection of San Luis Rey Mobile Home Park, if I'm not mistaken.
Chair McNeil, would you like Kirk Munt to repeat what he was talking about?
Okay. Let me say where I am, and then you can correct me. We're looking at the space rent ceilings, the changes for the list of parks that I read. The two parks that have not passed, Rancho San Luis Rey and Royal Palms, generally what we do is we passed the increase with the proviso for those two parks that they cannot implement that increase until they pass an inspection. And the reason for doing it that way is so that we don't come back for multiple meetings for one single park. We leave it up to the managers to do it. Now, are there any questions? Yes.
David,
Yeah,
we've got two conversations going on. We've got a conversation from the city chamber, and we've got you.
Oh, geez.
Oh, they're picking up you now. It's delayed.
Are we okay? Let me ask this. Dave, Walt, yeah, Rita, and Dick, if you can hear me down there. Yeah. Are you all okay with taking a vote on raising the rents for the parks that are listed under item 4?
Yes, yes, I am. Rita says yes.
Okay.
Dave Broad said, I have one more question.
Sure, go for it.
On one of the emails we got, and one of the sound bites we got was that some cities are freezing the rent increases because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know what our position was in that.
I had checked with Barbara Hamilton earlier, and we don't have the authority to do that. City Council can, but we cannot.
So I would pause now and let them catch up in the town hall.
Okay.
I think they.
Whoever's talking in the chambers, I can't hear them.
I think they're waiting for a response from us regarding a question. Understanding it correctly.
Have they caught up yet?
No, they just had me saying pause.
I need a wave when you catch up from somebody down there. Deb, Angie, somebody.
I'm waving at the camera right now.
Dick, Barbara, anybody.
Chair McNeil, George? Commissioners?
I don't see any waving. Okay, good. Thanks, Zeb. Great. All right. Can I have a motion then to approve the space rent ceilings increases for, I'll read them out again, Cavalier, El Camino, Laguna Vista, Lamplighter, La Salina, Miramar, Mission View Manor, Mission View West, Pacific, Rancho Calavero, Rancho San Luis Rey, Royal Palms, Sandy Shores, Pico, and Twins.
George, they're trying to get your attention.
Oh, okay. What am I doing now?
Oh.
there anything I need to do at this point?
They seem to be talking, George, but I can't hear it anymore.
I can't either. Now, I don't know if they're
Me
talking
neither.
to me or not.
Who is talking?
You just hear voices. You can't, there's squiggles. You can't tell. And everybody's wearing a mask, so you don't know whose mouth is moving.
If you could turn down the volume on your TV, it would help prevent the feedback that we're getting in the council chambers. Hopefully that helps.
Can you still hear us?
We could still hear you.
You can hear us?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Great. Okay. Did you hear that I made a motion? I see you talking.
No.
There is a motion from Chair McNeil. Is there a second?
Walt Hambley, I second.
Okay.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Hambley.
Is to increase the state rent ceilings for
Yeah, okay.
all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, no abstentions. Okay. Let's do number 5, and then I have a general thing I want to say. In item number 5, there are the 2 parks that whose inspections were late. They passed inspection, but they didn't get on the original
He's
list.
asking for a second on the first motion, George.
Sure.
I
sorry.
second it.
The vote
Yeah,
the vote
we
already
seconded
happened. It's you're seeing the delay from the council chambers on your end. There is no delay on our end.
Are we okay?
You're perfectly fine. So just to recap,
Motion, Anita seconded it.
yeah, there was a motion by you, George, seconded by Commissioner Hambley, and the motion passes 5-0.
Okay.
So we're moving on to item number 5, which is the approval of 2020 space rent ceilings for the following mobile home parks: Ocean View Trailer Park, Terrace Gardens Mobile Home Park. If you want, I could have Angie begin the presentation of her report. I would just go ahead.
Deb, are we okay?
You are perfectly fine.
Chair-
Okay.
Oh,
Can we go on to item number 5? The approval of the space rent ceilings for Ocean View and Terrace Gardens.
I move that motion, Dave Broad.
Dave made the motion. Any second?
George. Hey, George, can you hear me? George?
Yes.
We need to have the presentation by Angie of the staff report before we could vote.
Okay. Okay. Angie, Mrs. Hannafin has to make a report.
thank you, Chair McNeil and Commissioners. I will try to be brief, and I'm trying to be loud. I don't know if that's helping. So basically, it's the same motion for the 2 parks just mentioned. The rent increase that's proposed, effective July 1, is 1.8%. Staff is recommending that the commission adopt the resolutions for those 2 parks.
George, just speak and I will translate it. George, they're saying we need the staff report presentation.
Right, yeah, I think Angie just made it, didn't she? Angie, did you just, oh, she's in the midst of it.
Commissioners, can you still hear me on the phone call?
Any further comments? Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I second it.
And Rita Kaur seconded it.
George?
David Brett made the original motion.
Okay,
Dave,
thank you.
did you say something? No, Dave? Walt? Either of you? You didn't want to say something? Okay.
No.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. That's it. No abstentions. Okay. Before we go to item number 6, I'd like to track back a little bit to one of the emails that we received. It was the one from Mr. Knott. He recommended that we take a look at our inspection criteria. And this has been brought up before, and we've been going to look at it, but not done so. I think it's time to get that done. And I'd like to recommend that Mrs. Hannafin, Mr. Munt, Kirk Munt, and Mr. Knott meet and discuss what possible changes should be or could be made to the inspection criteria. I'd like to get a report back to the Commission by the end of July, and I'd leave that up to Mrs. Hamilton to determine how that could be done. The reason for doing it this way is we cannot approve the changes. We, the Commission, cannot approve the changes. The changes have to go to City Council, so there has to be a time lag in there. So if we do the inspections generally in February, so that if we can have these 3 individuals put their heads together, since all 3 of them are knowledgeable in the area, and come up with any changes that would be necessary. If we can get them back to us by July, they look good, they go to council, and then it's up to council to deal with them before the beginning of 2021. That's what I think would be a good idea to do. Anybody on the board have any comments they'd like to make?
I approve of that.
Great, thank you. Dave or Walt, Dick?
I'm for it too.
Okay. Dave, you all right with it? Dave Lestown.
Yeah, I'm listening to you on the TV.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Angie, Mrs. Hannafin, you got that. The last thing is council liaison. Do we have a council liaison here? No? Okay, that's all right. They're
Council
busy
member
doing a
is
lot
not
of other
here.
things. It's a bit difficult time for them. So any other business that we have to take care of?
Councilmember McNeil, the staff has no additional business that needs to be addressed. I don't.
Yeah, great.
We're all done then? Yep. We're all done? Yes. This delay is killing me.
Yeah, you would just need to adjourn the meeting, George.
Did they say yes, David?
Yes, we are done.
Well, we're adjourned, are we?
Well, you need to adjourn it. You're the chair.
All right, we're adjourned. We're done. Boy, that was work.